Hello all, I'm Jayad Basha here. Hope everyone are doing good. Today we are going to discuss about selection process and importance of selection. And in the previous classes we have been already discussed about recruitment process, objectives, importance, factors which are affecting on recruitment process. So let's start guys. The first one is selection. What is selection? Selection is a process which differentiates between job applicants to filter and hire those who can achieve greater success in the job. And we know that recruitment, correct, which is the first stage. In the recruitment is the process of creating a pool of job applicants, right? In the first stage of recruitment, an organization is inviting application from the potential job aspirants on the basis of their educational background, skill set, experience, and also on the basis of job descriptions and nature of the job. We know that. Here, in the selection process, it helps an organization to differentiate between job applicants, to filter and hire those who can achieve greater success in the job. Selection process helps an organization to identify or pick the individuals who have relevant qualification to fill the jobs in the organization. Correct. In the selection process, which helps an organization to find the right people or right individual for the job who can contribute to the organization growth and who can contribute to the or who can work efficiently and who can work productively. And here selection process helps to identify the applicants who have passions and have their career vision, right? So, and also it helps an organization to get the competitive advantage among the competitors within the industry by selecting the right candidate who has possessing the skills, knowledge, and experience. So, which resulting in the achievement of organizational goals and objectives. Here, we are discussing about selection process. Normally, there are two kinds of selection process. The modern methods, which includes basically 10 stages or 10 steps. First, application pool, screening of applications, selection test, interview, checking of references, physical examination, approval by appropriate authority, final selection, employment contract, evaluation, right? And traditional or 7-step selection process, which generally includes preliminary screening of applicants, review of application blanks, checking references, physical examinations, psychological test, employment interview, evaluation of the program, right? So now we are discussing about one by one. The first one is preliminary screening. In the preliminary screening is a process in which prospective applicants are given the necessary information about the nature of the job, and also necessary information is elicited from the candidates about their education, experience, skill, salary expected, etc. In the preliminary screening or interview, here organization get the information about the candidate with respect to their education, with respect to their skill set, experience, and salary expected, which is mentioned in the resume of the applicant. As regards screening interviews, they should be conducted by skilled and trained interviewers instead of some lower cadre clerk in the personnel department. The rejection standards for application should be well defined. Two kinds of screenings are normally done. The first is the rough and the second is the fine screening. Okay, the rough screening is more of the mechanical variety where the basic eligibility requirements are checked. Okay, the fine screening, that is not too easy to deal with, as judgments based on information, opinions have to be made. So, all the selection in the first one means preliminary interview or screening test, all the selection factors are arranged in the decreasing order of importance. For example, on the basis of nature of job and description, if the aptitude test has the highest correlation among all the selection devices with job success, it would be ranked first. Similarly, with work experience, a mechanical screening can be determined basic cutoff like the specific period of work, but the type of work, relevance, level, variety, and richness are factors where some degree of judgment will be needed. Aptitude tests can be used to screen out the applicants. Some organizations use non-objective methods such as observational techniques and length of exercise in screening applicants. This is highly arbitrary method having only a chance validity. The screening thus needs to be done by a person who has high degree of awareness and analytical skills. In many cases, the HR department and identifying department form a joint committee and do the screening. Right here, it is very important to have the person who is having high degree of awareness and analytical skills. Okay, here high degree of awareness and analytical skills are most important, right? So the next one, application blanks are the receiving applications. Okay, here are frequently used as selection devices. uh, they are vary from small one page sheet to several folders consisting of hundreds of items regarding the applicant's history. So applications generally have two functions. They provide pertinent information about the employee which the organization will need if the individual is hired. For example, age, sex, marital status, and so on. The next one, they are designed to gather information about job applicants which the personnel officer feels pertinent to the hiring process. For example, work experience, references, right? If the applications consist of the proper items, the personal history items can be effectively used. Usually, the past provides indications regarding the future, right? The most effective predictor of job success is high demonstrated ability to perform effectively on a similar job. In general, applications is a highly structured instrument in which the questions have been standardized and determined in advance, right? So every application having are well structured and the questions are standardized and determined in advance. We can see that every application it is having their own format, own structured format, and also the questions which are already predetermined, right? So information requested on the application blanks is concerned with personal history. It includes items dealing with the previous work and life history of the applicant. Weighted applications can be prepared on the basis of information regarding personal history items associated with job success. Suppose if academic achievement is markedly associated with success in executive jobs, it is assigned a relatively high weight. It is not possible to prepare a weighted application blank for all jobs in general. Rather, attempt should be made to prepare weighted applications for specific jobs and specific organizations. Right? So, weighted applications are not prepared for all the jobs, which are prepared or attempted for the some specific jobs by this some very few, or there are some specific organizations are following this. Applications are not as effective practically as they appear theoretically sound. Sometimes the application tend to exaggerate their abilities. Sometimes the personal department members are not aware of the proper evaluation procedures of blanks and accordingly cannot make their effective use. Right? So in the application, the information provided by the applicants must be evaluated or assessed. Correct? If the person who is evaluating or assessing the those information or assessing that particular individual or the job aspirant is not having the proper analytical skills or awareness, means again this is failed, right? It is not become a very effective use because sometimes the information provided on the applications are exaggerated, means he might be not achieved anything as a student or as an employee in any of the organization, but he is mentioned like I was the captain of university cricket team or football team, something else. But the person maybe didn't or never played the sports, and he is mentioning himself as a captain or coach, or the person who never worked as much as he can, and still he is mentioning, right? So this information must be assessed. If the person who is assessing this information is didn't have that proper knowledge or analytical skills, means again this is failed, or it becomes very least effective or less effective. Correct. So and also it, applications have been proved highly effective in several jobs. Used properly as an aid to selection, the applications can be and sometimes is one of the better selection devices at the disposal of the personal technicians. One advantage of the application blank is that response bias does not usually play as great as role, right? Even if a person did tend to bias his answer on the application on matters to which he felt some concern about giving an honest answer. In many cases, such data is subject to rather easy verification from other sources. It would be expected that many questions on the application should be related to job success. Correct. Similarly, personal life history items have been found to be associated with the turnover. This out to give some indication of the emotional and personality characteristics of the applicants, which may have some bearing on eventual job adjustment. Thus, applications are quite effective in the selection process. These do not contain questions that discriminate unfairly the information obtained from application blank in job. Right. The next one is reference checking. Reference checking. Here, reference checking means many times job applicants are required to produce some sort of documentary evidence that they perform satisfactorily in or more their past position. The previous employers and schools can provide useful information. Attempts may be made to make personal visit and telephone calls to procure objective responses. It is an effective practice to send a brief questionnaire involving checking answers instead of requiring a great deal of writing. The enquiry should be as specific as precise as possible. The difficulties with using references as guide in the selection of job applicants are many. One must always be concerned with the accuracy of the description provided in the recommendation. There are four major reasons for a letter to reference to be inaccurate in content, like knowledge of applicants, ability to assess applicants, ability to describe applicant, willingness to be accurate. Okay, these are some reasons for the inaccuracy in the content, right? So, fourth important steps is the physical examination. Physical examinations are frequently conducted and used for differential placement purposes rather than rejection of applicants. Most of jobs are suitable subject to the candidate being medically fit as certified by the company doctor or the civil surgeon. Large organizations have their own medical clinics while the small organizations refer to private clinics. Physical examination help in effective manpower utilizing by stressing differential placement involving assessment of an individual's capacities and matching them with the several job possibilities in the organizational settings. Companies have now started taking interest in employees' health and welfare by conducting periodic health camps, providing insurance coverage, conducting safety programs, designing safety equipment, and providing safer working environment. A healthy employee is in the interest of the organization as sickness, leave, and benefits could be costly and counterproductive. Physical examinations are of the most significance in selective or differentiation placement. There are there are few purposes of this physical examination. Like it gives an indication regarding the fitness of the candidate for the job. It discovers existing disabilities and obtain a record which may be helpful later in deciding the company's responsibility in event of a workman's compensation claim. It helps in preventing employment of those suffering from some of the uh, contagious disease. Physical examination also helps those who are employable but whose physical handicaps may necessitate assignment only to specified jobs. And physical examination covers these following things like applicant's medical history, whether he is suffering from any disease from past, and physical measurements like his height, weight, etc. General examination like skin, muscular, or joint test, etc. Special sense like visual and authority activity, and clinical examinations of eyes, ears, nose, throat, and teeth. Examination of chest and lungs, checkup of blood pressure and heart, pathological test of urine, blood, etc., and X-ray examination of chest and other parts of the body, physicist examination, particularly when medical history or a physician's observation indicate an adjustment problem. Correct. So next important step is psychological testing. Psychological testing is an important personal selection technique as everyone can use psychological test, and it is widespread at all levels and periods of life. Psychological tests are used in the organization for several purposes, including selection and placement of the employees, transfer and promotion of employees, determining training needs, evaluation of training programs, and counseling. Many organizations administer tests not only to applicants but also to current workers to determine which have ability to be promoted. Some people believe that organizations rely too heavily upon psychological tests. Others suggest, with good reasons, that many of the tests in the daily use are worthless. Still, other critics, including the US Congress, argue that testing constitutes an unwelcome and unwarranted invasion of privacy. Finally, the problem of providing equal employment opportunity offers a massive challenge to the use of tests as selection devices. A challenge severe the use of testing in industry is experiencing sharp declining for the first time in the long history. Right. A test is a sample of an aspect of an individual's behavior, performance, or aptitude. It can also be a systematic procedure for comparing the behavior of two or more persons. A psychological test is a standardized instrument designed to measure objectively one or more aspect of a total personality by means of sample of verbal or non-verbal responses or by means of other behavior. The next important step is employment interview. The interview is the most frequently used selection instrument as it is one of the providing an opportunity for face-to-face interaction with a candidate, an opportunity to check out and clarify the data given in the information. It is extremely unlikely that anyone is hired nowadays without being subjected to a personal interview. Right here, the personal interview or employment interview provides a platform to both the interviewer and the job applicants to face interaction. So, regardless of what other selection, regardless of regardless of what other selection techniques are used, Regardless of what other selection techniques are used, every prospective employer seems to want the chance to meet a job candidates in person. A job interview refers to the conversation with a purpose. It is face-to-face conversation. It helps to obtain the factual information, assess the individual personality, counsel. The employment interview is easily the most pervasive personal practice, and it is a critical part of employment process. Correct. The purpose of employment interview is threefold: obtaining information, giving information, and motivation. It provides an appraisal of personality by obtaining relevant information about the prospective employee's background, training, work history, education, and interest. Further, it provides information regarding the enterprise, its personal policies, and the specific jobs to the applicants. It seeks to establish a positive relationship between the employer and the employee and motivate the prospective employees to accept the offer of appointment with the company. The interview is an artificial situation where the candidate is putting on the best face and the panel is trying to find out the real face, right? So each individual is unique. Each interview should be tailored to tap that uniqueness and relate the data to the job competency requirements. Personnel departments and managers rely heavily on the interview as a selection tool and are extremely reluctant to hire persons without the chance to meet and question them. Personal psychologists, on the other hand, are considerably less enthusiastic and optimistic of the value of the interview for selection. The evidence shows consistently that the interview is not a good predictor of job success. Right? Personal psychologists are focusing on the mechanic and dynamic of this complex face-to-face meeting in the hope of understanding its process and problems. The more we learn about what actually happens during the interview, the better chance there is improvising its usefulness. Okay. The next one is evolution of the selection program. As it has rightly been asserted, the selection program is no better than it is evolution. Attempts should be made to assess the effectiveness of selection and placement, though intensive research studies for this purpose, adequate records must be maintained. There is an urgent need to be determine the criteria of evaluation in advance. Employee, correct. So, the last one is evaluation and selection program. So, it is very important. It is very important to assess a selection program, evaluation of selection program, because the effectiveness of selection program and placement through intensive research studies, and it provides adequate records must. This is records, correct. So these are some basic steps followed while selection process. So guys, we will be discuss about importance of selection in the next session. Thank you.